everyone, today we are looking at LeetCode question 2. The problem is called add two numbers and it's one of the classics, especially the array version of it. It's classified as a medium difficulty question, and I think that's happening because we are given with two linked lists instead of two arrays. But tomato guys, I think everyone needs to be familiar with data structures 101 before starting LeetCode or any similar coding questions. Yeah, that's all. Anyhow, let's move to the board now. So, as the problem states, the main thing that we need to do in order to solve it is to perform the classic digit addition that we were taught at the primary school. We are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non-negative numbers. Okay, that's super convenient because we do not need to consider the edge case where one or both of them would be empty. And personally I don't like negative numbers, so yeah, that's cool. The digits are stored in reverse order and each of their nodes contains a single digit. We need to add the numbers and return them in a linked list. Okay, I think that's cool. Alright, okay, let's move actually to the whiteboard. So one important case is when we've got two numbers with different number of digits. But the problem states that the two given linked lists will always be in reverse order, so we can perform the classic addition with no sort operation needed. Okay, let's have an example here. Let's assume, yeah, if I can make it work, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 8, 7, 4. So now, in order to perform that addition with linked lists, we are going to have 4, because they are given in reverse order, 3, 2, 1, and underneath that we are going to have the next number, which will be that series of nodes, so 4, 7, and 8. So I'm going to select another color here just for convenience. So if we start from the ones place, I mean that side, we will get 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. And moving on, we will get 10. So we will write down 0 plus we will have a carry of 1. So I'm going to add the carry here. So moving to the hundreds place, we will have 8 plus 2 plus a carry of 1, which will be 11. So 1 here, and I'm going to add the carry of 1 right there. Finally, the thousands place is going to be carry of 1 plus the number of 1 equals 2. But we cannot perform this operation as there is nothing in the thousand place for the second number. So here, as you can see, we don't have any number. Hence, we need to assume that we've got a 0 here. So apologies for the bad sketch, but I'm going to assume that there is just a 0 here and 8 is connected to the 0. It might sound a little bit weird, guys, but that's how the addition algorithm works, and we'll see that in the code later in this video. So without further ado, let's start coding now. So I'm going to open up the LeetCode website and I'm going to start coding directly on it. So first of all, I'm going ahead and create a carry variable and assign it to 0. And after that, I am going to create the addition node using the list node constructor given above and initialize to a dummy 0. And the final variable that I'm going to create right here is the answer node or pointer node or current node, you can call it however you want. It's actually the variable that will point to the addition node. So here I'm going to say that this is going to be equal to addition node. Sweet. So now we need to iterate through these linked lists. So I'm going to create a while loop, and if I can write here, yep, while loop, and set up the passing condition as L1, oops, or L2, or I'm going to add the carry here and explain later why I'm doing that. So now that means that we'll iterate through the linked list until we reach the end of both of them, or there is no carry. Sweet. And now we need to create our sum variable. I mentioned earlier that the value of L1 will be added only when there is an element in the linked list, otherwise we are going to set to 0. And the same stands for L2. So the sum is equal to the sum of L1 and L2 values plus the carry value. So how do we translate that in the code? We are going to say let sum is equal to, I'm going to open up and close parentheses here, and I'm going to use actually ternary operator, which is going to be super convenient. So when there is L1, we are going to return the value of L1, otherwise we are going to return 0, so that means we are at the end of that number, plus exactly the same for L2, and guys, don't forget the carry, that's super important, mathematics 101. Alright, sweet. Now we need to take out the carry from the new computed digit and store only the ones place digit. How are we going to do that? Super easy, guys. I'm going to use the math floor function in order to take the integer part of the sum divided by 10. And next line I'm going to modulo 10 the sum. Don't like when they are linked. Yeah, no worries at all. Finally, we can insert the new value into the list node. So what I'm going to say is answer node dot next. So our current node but next position is equal to the list node of the sum. Alright, before the end of the loop, as that's a while loop, we need to update our pointers, I mean the position of the pointers, because they need to point to the next element of the linked list. So the answer node, so our current node, is going to be equal to the answer node dot next, and L1, we say that I'm going to use again ternary operator, so if there is an L1, then return L1 dot next, otherwise return just null. And L2 is equal to L2 ternary, L2 next, otherwise null again. Sweet. So we have everything that we need in the loop, and it's time to return the addition node. And that's something that we need to do out of the while loop, and we are going to say return addition node dot next. Sweet. That's all, guys, for today. Thanks for watching. If you like that video, just like, subscribe, comment, share it with friends, and catch you in the next one. Cheers.